I'm sure many of you may have seen in the news about some of the issues that people that have been using the dating apps and the Tinders of the world, those kind of sites, have been running into in Colombia. And unfortunately, there's been several deaths in that area. And, as always, the media is a little bit slow to the party because we've been talking about this now for quite some time. A year and a half ago or so, there was a gentleman that very same thing happened, where he went over, used an app and was lured somewhere and then drugged, and then unfortunately, it's too much of the drug and died. And the sad thing about these apps is that no one really knows who that person is. Anyone can join these apps. It's not difficult to do. There's not a screening process. There's not personnel there to help you with the introduction or anything like that. It's a do-it-yourself process, right? You go over, you put in the information. Oh, this woman seems to be, very interested in me. I'm going to go meet her. And a lot of this is being fueled by the recent movement of what's called passport bros. I'm sure many of you are familiar with that as well. So we're getting more and more people that are traveling over and using more of the do-it-yourself because, well, I'll just go over and I'll meet these people and no problem, easy peasy. Well, it's really not that easy. And you really do need to be careful about it because, yes, it's wonderful that with this new movement of passport bros, you discovered that there's a whole new world out there and that it is possible to meet women from other cultures in other countries and all that. But you still need to be careful about it. We've been doing this for almost 30 years and we've developed an amazing infrastructure in that time to where men and women can meet in a very safe, sane environment. All the time we've been doing this, knock wood here, but we've never had anyone met the kind of fate that's been happening with these do-it-yourself sites or these apps. And one of the reasons for that is that when the women join our service, they are going through a process with our offices. They are interfacing with our staff, meeting our staff. Our staff is getting to know them. We're getting government IDs. We are talking with them. We are interviewing them. We are building relationships with them. We are building relationships with them before you have the opportunity to build a relationship with them. That should mean a lot to you if you're worried about, who you're meeting, especially in a foreign country that you may not be really aware of everything going on. But when you go there, you're met by our staff and we know who you are and we know who it is you're going to meet and we facilitate that meeting in person, which is so much safer and so much more effective, by the way, as well, than using a do-it-yourself type app where you're totally on your own. In a foreign country where you don't know anyone and you don't know really who it is on the other end of that app that you might be talking with. You see a photo and you think it's that person, but how do you know it's that person? You go over, you think, even if you've had maybe some kind of a correspondence or something going back and forth with this person, quote unquote, when you go to meet, you really don't know who it is you're meeting. It could be anyone, or this person could be involved with a criminal syndicate that's working to lure people like you to a country and then take advantage of you. Best case scenario is that they just rob you. Worst case scenario is that they kill you. And according to the papers lately, they've had 8+ men that they think have been murdered in this way, right? There are safer ways to go about doing it. Look, anything can happen anywhere, even on our site. It's possible that anything can possibly happen. But the probabilities of something happening to you in this vein on our site are so much lower than on a do-it-yourself app, given all of the reasons I just stated. The fact that, we follow government regulations. We follow the IMBRA laws, which is the International Marriage Broker Regulation Act, which we are obliged to follow. Do-it-yourself apps have really, when that law was passed, they had great lobbyists that they were able to exclude themselves from that. So although they are assisting in introducing men and women from foreign countries, they are not required to do the things that we are required to do to help protect the women and actually, as an extension of that, you in the process of meeting. Find a company like us. It doesn't have to be us. It should be us because we're the best, okay? It really should be us, but it doesn't have to be us, right? There may be one or two other companies out there, maybe, that come close, at least, to doing something that at least they're knowing who these women are that they might introduce you to, and they can help make sure that you are meeting the right women and they know what's going on. So find someone, but just please don't go and just do a do-it-yourself app type thing. You know, you might think, oh, well, I'll save maybe $1 or $2. You might save $1 or $2, and it might cost you your life. So that's just not worth it, okay?
Your premier website for international dating advice, tips, and site reviews. Want to learn more? Check out our website,
foreignladies.com.